Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here with the Dong Report. Of course, here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions of the day. As for today, I have six players on Dong Watch for you guys to lock in. I ended up just playing all of these straight up, not in a parlay, not in a round robin, anything like that. Just all of them as straight bets, which I'll detail the unit size and everything like that. Yesterday was admittedly terrible. None of my straight bets came through. Nobody on the round robin came through. Just a terrible, no good, very bad day overall. Down 2.15 units on the day yesterday. We were up like 3 straight days. Now the past 2 have been a little bit rough, and then yesterday was the worst one we've had by far in this little stretch we're talking about. So hopefully we can turn things around today. Pretty brutal day yesterday. Some of them just had awful beats with guys hitting rockets that didn't leave the stadium, which we'll talk about. But bad day overall. And then if you look at the entire season, we are up a little bit over 17 units on the year, about 17 and a half units of profit, which isn't amazing, but we are betting home runs and we are making money doing so. So we'll take that. Let's hope we can have a good day today. Reminder to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already. And then for this specific video, if you could comment. I love reading through all of your guys' comments and who you pick to hit home runs. So comment, please. And then the last thing that I'll mention is that I do have a Dub Club where I send all my plays out. It's only $5 a month. It gets everything I'm playing sent directly to your phone via text, email, or Telegram, however you want it. And everything I'm playing in terms of basketball, football, baseball, any play that I have, $5 a month, I send out to Dub Club. If you're interested, check that out. If you're not interested, no problem. You can still always get everything on YouTube. And let's start talking dongs. So play number 1, I'm taking Juan Soto to hit a home run. I'm taking him at plus 380 odds at DraftKings, and I'm putting 0.6 units on Juan Soto to hit a home run. So for me, that's $60. Now, I'm going to go through these unit sizing, and you're probably going to think that it's random. And how did I get to these unit sizes? Basically, what I tried to do was maximize the amount I could put on an individual player while also making it so across the board, if only one guy hits a home run, we will be making money. So I basically found the sweet spot where it's the least I could put on for us to still make money, but also the max that I could put on, or I should say the least that I put on an individual guy, where if one hits a home run out of these 6, we're profitable for the day, but the maximum I put on to also make it so if one guy hits a home run, we make enough money to be green for the day. So that's kind of where I found the sweet spot. Anyways, I just want to kind of give some details behind that. So as for Juan Soto, it admittedly has been a little bit of a slower stretch for him over the past week. The good news is we are getting a decent value on him because it's a lefty versus lefty matchup. Normally, you would not think to target Juan Soto when he's facing a left-handed pitcher. The reason why we are targeting him today is we are facing a lefty in Andrew Heaney, who, yeah, he's only allowed 1 home run and 43 at-bats to lefties. Look at the advanced stats. Go a little bit deeper than just home runs allowed. He's allowing a horrible 11.63% barrel rate to left-handed hitters over the last 2 months. That would be literally the worst in the MLB. You look at barrel rate allowed, anything like 10% and above is terrible. He's at 11.63% to lefties. He's also allowing a hard hit rate of 40% to lefties in the same stretch. That's not terrible. Definitely not good either. And you'd be surprised at how good stats Soto has against lefties. Everybody hates targeting that lefty versus lefty matchup. Soto's actually pretty good against lefties. He's especially good against lefties that throw predominantly fastballs, which is going to be Andrew Heaney, who throws a fastball like 60% of the time when he's facing a left-handed hitter. If you look at the entire season, Soto has hit 8 home runs off of four-seam fastballs from lefties. A comical barrel rate of 31.5%. That is a ridiculous barrel rate. Hard hit rate, 64.71%. Fly ball rate, 51.5% basically. And if you look at the last month, Soto's hit 4 home runs off of four-seam fastballs from lefties. So plus 380 odds is generally better than what you typically get for Juan Soto, and it's because of the matchup, which I think is a good one. So I'll gladly take advantage. The rest of the guys have been mashing the baseball, so I'm not really going to say it's been a little bit of a slow stretch for anybody else. That starts with Paul Goldschmidt to hit a home run. You can get him at plus 500 odds at BetMGM, and I'm putting 0.45 units on him, which for me is $45. Now, Goldschmidt is one of 2 batters that was on yesterday's Dong Report that did not come through for us. So we're hoping that he can be a one-day late a-hole, but we're hoping that he can become that in a good way by coming through for us tonight. So yes, he did not hit a home run yesterday. He's been annihilating the baseball over the past 7 days, and he even annihilated a baseball yesterday that was so close to being a home run. He hit a double that was 108.2 miles per hour off the bat. It traveled 369, that's very nice, feet. Just a little bit too low of a launch angle to be a home run. He had another at-bat, a flyout, that was 99.1 miles per hour off the bat. That had too high of a launch angle. So for today, it's like the oatmeal old tale that you were told when you were a kid, whatever that children's story is. One was too low, one was too high. We're hoping this one's going to be just right. And if you look at the last week for Paul Goldschmidt, he's tied with the second most hard hit line drive plus fly balls, which again, we like to call dong predictors. So moving forward, they will be commonly referred to as a dong predictor. And he's tied, so he's got 12. He's tied with Shohei Ohtani and Yordan Alvarez with 12 over the past week. It's pretty decent company to be in. He also has a really, really good matchup against Aaron Savale of the Brewers as well. Savale has been among the worst home run pitchers in the entire MLB on the entire season. Of all pitchers that have thrown at least 130 innings, he's got the fourth worst home run per 9 at 1.60 on the season. And I know I said to look a little bit deeper than that. Everything about Savale is bad. Barrel rate, high. Hard hit rate, high. All that stuff is bad. And he predominantly throws sinkers, which Goldschmidt has crushed. Look at the past couple weeks, like 2 weeks. 22% barrel rate, 62.5% hard hit rate against sinkers from righties. Pretty confident that Paul Goldschmidt is going to come through for us. Next up is Lawrence Butler. I was just a little bit ahead of myself. He is best offered at plus 525 odds at BetMGM. No idea what they were doing with these dong odds today, but he was at plus 525 odds. I'm also putting 0.45 units on him as well. Now, Butler is the second guy that was on the dong report yesterday that did not come through, that we're hoping is a one-day late a-hole in a good way. Yesterday, he might have had the worst beat that we've had all year on anybody we've taken to hit a home run. If he hit a home run yesterday, we would have been in the green. So it went from being down 2.15 units to being up, whatever the math would have been, if he had just hit a home run. And what he did yesterday had two baseballs that he just annihilated. Assaulted is the only way I can describe it, what he did to the baseball yesterday. And somehow, neither of these left the stadium. He had a 101 mile per hour flyout that was a 31-degree launch angle. That is exactly what you look for. That is a piss missile. That is 100% what you look for a home run. Somehow that did not leave the stadium. He had another double that was 103.4 miles per hour off the bat that traveled 384 feet. Was not a home run. Just terrible luck, if those not being home runs. But what that is telling you is that even though he did not hit a home run yesterday, he's seeing the ball incredibly well. And you look at the last 7 games that he has played, he's been the best power hitter in baseball. He leads the MLB with 14 dong predictors, 14 hard hit, line drive, plus fly balls. Nobody else even has 13. The next closest guys are the 3 that I mentioned with 12. He also leads the MLB in piss missiles, which I should define 100 miles per hour or faster off the bat, between a 20 and 40 degree launch angle. Leads the MLB with 9. The next closest batter, there's a bunch of them clumped together, with 6. Nobody has what's between 6 and 9. That's very nice. Nobody has 8 or 7 piss missiles. He's got 9. The next closest guy has 6. He also leads the MLB in barrel rates over the last 7 days with 10. The next closest batter has 7. And again, there's a bunch of them clumped together with 7. Nobody has 8. Nobody has 9. He's got 10. He's been hitting rockets. He's basically an auto bet until he stops hitting rockets. So as long as the pitching matchup is there, you can expect Lawrence Butler to be on the dong report a decent amount moving forward. And he's got a great matchup today against Luis Castillo of the Mariners. Castillo loves giving up home runs to lefties. It's his favorite thing to do. It's his favorite thing to do in the world. He's allowed 7 home runs to lefties in the last 2 months of pitching for him. Home run per 9, 2.40, terrible. ISO rate allowed, 252, terrible. Hard hit rate of 51%, terrible. Very confident that Butler goes yard tonight. That's play number 3. Now plays number 4 and 5 are both going to be in the same game, so I'm just going to clump them together. I'm taking Gunnar Henderson to hit a home run, plus 525 odds at BetMGM for 0.45 units. And I'm taking Jackson Holliday to hit a home run, also, also best offered at BetMGM, plus 875 odds for 0.3 units. That's how I'm doing the unit sizing there. So $45 on Gunnar, $30 on Holliday for me. So this one here, we're targeting a pitcher that's terrible against left-handed hitters. I mean, I went with these two. You could take Santander. You could take Ryan O'Hearn. You could take Colton Cowser. This is going to be an all-you-can-dong buffet against this White Sox pitcher. We just have to hope that a bunch of guys don't hit home runs, and then we get screwed by not having anybody of R2. Now, the pitcher is Nick Nastrini of the White Sox. Now, he's only pitched 30 innings, so it's a smaller sample size. He's gotten rocked in those innings. 2.05 home run per 9, 12.6% barrel rate, 22-degree launch angle on average. Terrible numbers. You're allowing batters to hit the ball hard, to barrel it up, and consistently put it in the air. Bad combination. And he has admittedly given up fewer home runs to lefties than righties, but his stats against lefties are still terrible. 18% barrel rate against left-handed hitters. So the lack of home runs to lefties is more due to luck than anything, which I think that turns around in a bad way for him, a good way for us with these two guys. Well, hopefully with these two guys, but with any lefty on the Orioles, I'm guessing that turns around today. These two been pretty hot, not necessarily if you look at the last 7 days. You look at the last 5 days, been hitting the ball very well. Now, Gunnar Henderson did hit a home run yesterday, the hardest hit ball of the game. That was 108 miles per hour off the bat. Not only that, he had 3 hard hits total, another sacrifice fly that was 103.2 miles per hour off the bat. Pretty good game for Gunnar. As for Jackson Holliday, he has not hit a home run in the last couple weeks after that stretch he went on where he hit like 3 in a row. It's been a little bit colder for him, but he also had 3 hard hits yesterday, including a 378-foot double that was 102.3 miles per hour off the bat. And Jackson Holliday, and this also applies to Gunnar, they've been smoking four-seam fastballs and sliders. They're going to see that roughly 60% of the time today. So love both of these guys to hit a home run. Let's hope they do. Next up, our 6th and final pick of the day. I'm taking Jose Tena to hit a home run, plus 870 odds at FanDuel, and I'm putting $30, so 0.3 units on him. This is definitely a deeper cut. I'm guessing not a lot of people have heard of this batter, but plus 870 odds is crazy when you consider how good he has been at the plate and when you consider the pitching matchup. So he's got 9 dong predictors over the last 7 days. That's tied with a bunch of batters for the 4th most. So Lawrence Butler leads. Behind him is Goldschmidt, Jordan Alvarez, and Shohei Ohtani. Couple guys with 10, which is the 3rd most, and then there is Jose Tena tied with a bunch of guys with 9. He's also got 4 piss missiles in the last week as well, which is also tied for the 4th most in the same time frame. And he's got 5 barrels over the past 7 days, ties him with Paul Goldschmidt in that category. So across the board, he hasn't been hitting the ball as hard as Lawrence Butler, but he's been hitting the ball very hard. And you just look at the past week against right-handed pitching, 30% barrel rate, 66.67. So basically 2/3 of the time, he's hitting the ball hard, a hard hit rate of 66.67%. He's going up against a righty today, a righty who stinks in Max Meyer of the Marlins. Meyer has allowed a 10% barrel rate and a 53.5% hard hit rate to lefties over the last month. He's allowed 4 home runs in the last 69. That's very nice at bats to lefties in the last 2 months with a home run per 9 of 2.12. Terrible. His pitch mix, he only throws 3 pitches. 4-seam fastballs 40% of the time, sliders 1/3 of the time, 33%, and a changeup 27% of the time. The only 3 pitches that he throws. These are 3 pitches that Tena has crushed on the year and has crushed recently. You look at each individual pitch the last week, or on the season, very good. Now he hasn't played the whole year, so it is a little bit of a smaller sample size, but on his entire season, I should say, 26 total at bats against these 3 pitches, 19% barrel rate, 61% hard hit rate. And you look at the last week, here is how, if you look at the last 7 days, the outcome of all of these pitches. So the last time he got walked on one of these pitches. Every other at bat after that was either a hard hit or as close as possible. He had one 94.7 mile per hour flyout Anything that's 95 miles per hour and above is considered a hard hit. So this one is just below that number. But then after that, 100.7. That's what we're looking for. 100.7 miles per hour off the bat. 103.6 miles per hour off the bat. That traveled 400 feet, was not a home run. 95.1 fly out that traveled 366 feet. 102.9 miles per hour off the bat. And then the last one, 103 off the bat, 405-foot home run. Pretty good stats for my guy, Jose Tena, against a pretty bad pitcher. Hopefully that works well for us, cashing out this home run. Hopefully the day goes well. 6 guys on Dong Watch. All we need is one of these guys to hit a home run. Juan Soto, Paul Goldschmidt, Lawrence Butler, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday, and Jose Tena. Just need one of these bad boys to hit a home run, and we are sitting pretty in the green for the night. Anything more than that is amazing. I feel like we're going to get 3. That's my goal. Let's get 3 of these guys to hit a home run. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.